Hi friends, and welcome to my wildest, longest, most in-depth Florida to the Bahamas video I have ever created. In this video, I am going to be crossing from Florida to the Bahamas in a small boat. I am going to be adventuring, meeting friends, going on quite a few missions, and boy, oh boy, do we have some challenges. So if you like amazing visuals, a crazy story, well, this is going to be the video for you. Without further ado, let's get this video started. All right, good morning. We are 24 hours away from crossing to the Bahamas. So I'm just came out here to the beach. We've got a little bit windier conditions this morning than what they're forecasting for tomorrow. So I just wanted to come out here and lay eyes on the ocean. Granted, we're not out in the Gulf Stream, but this is going to be actually choppier than what will be out in the Gulf Stream. So we've got a little bit of a southeast wind. You can kind of see it. A little wave just hitting at an angle. I think we're a green light for tomorrow morning. This is golden. And you know, my rule too is you let the ocean tell you how fast to go. So even if I had to head into this, you know, I could slow it down to 12, 13 miles per hour and be totally fine. Take me a little bit longer, but it won't beat me up, won't beat the boat up. So yeah, we're good to go for tomorrow. Got a lot to do today. Let's get going. All right, so what I'm doing here, setting up my little test. Figure out what I'm gonna run for a tarp. So I just want a measurement. I know I want to cover minimum. I go full length. 11, 12 feet is right over the seat. And what I want to measure, I'm right at there, about 3 feet. Well, if I'm 6 foot wide tarp, 3 feet will get me to this edge. So I'll probably go with an 8 foot wide tarp, give me a little extra. Right, headed in the Harbor Freight and get a tarp, a couple clips, make my shelter. Hopefully I don't fall victim to buying more stuff. All right. Kind of got some stuff ready. Our working kind of bin filled. Tools and all sorts of good stuff. We got 24 gallons of fuel right here. Extra fuel line ready to connect. Get it on a yoga mat so it doesn't slide. Anchor. Line ready to go. Got our battery in the box. And the fuel tank is filled. Whew. All right. So it's, I don't know, about 11. Got everything packed up, set up, ready for the morning. So I'm gonna take a shower. Actually, I'm gonna shave since I won't be shaving over there. Take a shower and try to get some rest. I'll be up at 5. Put the last things in the boat, but we're fueled up, we're ready. Plan is to leave here at 6 and basically be heading out by 6:30 from the dock. That's sunrise, so. Let's see how the weather is. Fingers crossed. Should be good. Well, folks, good morning. It is go time, and it is absolutely spectacular out this morning. It's about 6:45. And just look at this. Yes, we're in the river, but Bahama Mama is loaded and ready. I got my totes. Everything's situated. We are good to go. I've got the tracking device on, so my core group of people, they track me and watch me this entire trip. So I've got 2 of these units. This is a spot trace. They're only $100, and you can, yes, there's a monthly service fee, but it's pretty cheap, and they work really well. So again, I've got a float plan, and basically what I do is I've got people on the Bahamas side and people here on the US side. I don't announce my official ETA until I'm pretty much to the edge of the Gulf Stream. So I'm gonna head out now, head down the river, head out the inlet, depending on how the ocean looks. And then once I get a feel for what kind of speed I'm gonna maintain, I'll then make my estimate of when they should expect me. And send a text out to everybody, let them know. Today's gonna be a fun one, an easy one, knock on wood. So I'm going solo, but you guys are gonna meet my friends, the Shannons. That's what I'm gonna refer to them as. It's Papa Shannon and Mama Shannon. Yes, husband and wife, same name, Shannon. They're departing about an hour after me. So I'm heading out solo. It's gonna take me a little bit longer. I can't cruise as fast as them. And then they're gonna catch up with me. So I'm leaving the inlet, making my course, maintaining it, and then they're gonna come up on me and catch up to me probably in a couple hours. So without further ado, let's get this trip going. Boat traffic out here, a lot of people crossing over, but nobody's heading to West End. Majority of these boats are heading due east. What they're doing is they're crossing over to just go most likely fish for the day, or if they're going to like Walker's or Grand Key. But it's always nice peace of mind when there's quite a bit of traffic out here. So it's very small waves, but they're just short, little, choppy. It's really hard to tell. I'm doing about 17, 18 miles an hour. So, you know, not bad, I'll take it. Could be way worse. I'm hoping that when I get out to the edge of the Gulf Stream, smooths out a little bit. This is really like a lot of inshore type of chop. I don't know, probably another 10 minutes I'll be out to the edge of the Gulf Stream. We'll see how things start to shape up. So I'm this is the Shannons now. Yes, yes, I see them. Here they are. Yay! What the heck? Yes. Did you have to go off course much? Did you have to go off course much? Yeah. I knew you'd be coming up. I just was like, I'm going to stop and film an intro real quick. Like I literally said in the video, they'll be rolling up soon. I turn around, I'm like, that's him. Holy sh**. right behind them is the edge, basically the shelf. We're only in 75 feet of water here. But there's this weed line you can see. So for those of you not familiar with fishing or saltwater stuff down here in South Florida, this sargassum weed is like, just holds a ton of all sorts of sea life. Tiny things, which then are bigger things and bigger things, and you know, this would be primo, and the right time of year for dolphin or mahi, as it's now called. So yeah, we're just checking it out on our way in. Shannon changed course a little north because we were just getting pounded by the waves. I was getting pounded by the waves. So we're about 10 miles north of West End. So we're probably gonna start heading that way. How surreal. I mean, it's like you're driving a boat in a swimming pool. And the craziest part is this isn't even like, whoa, the nicest water or the clearest. It's the tide's coming out across the bank, so this is like the green, dirty water. But I love when I hit the bank, it's almost like you've reached land, but even better, because this is way more beautiful than any land I've seen. But you can just tell for miles and miles. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful water. So what I'm debating right now, either clearing immigration and customs in West End, or because we're north a little bit, I might run the backside and have protection from land because the wind's out of the south. So if I run along the north, I could run the back way into the Lucaya waterway. So I'm gonna plot it out real quick, and maybe I just run that. right, so I made it to the Lucaya waterway on the north side of Grand Bahama. This is really cool, this entire canal system. This is You know, I swear the Bahamas is the land of unfinished construction. You've got all these lots and it's just crazy. It's a ghost town on this north end of the island. So I'm gonna go up the Lucaya waterway now and use that to cut through the island. Possibly find a little spot to camp out for the night. And yeah, make our way through the island. See what we see. So I made the decision after going through the Lucaya waterway to head up to Lucaya itself, clear immigration and customs, and then I could continue taking advantage of this beautiful weather to head to Sweetings. Heading straight to Sweetings now. So I got 40 miles. Let's do it. It's probably one of my favorite distances from here to there is just nothing. It's desolate, beautiful beaches. So the conditions have laid down a lot. So really looking forward to it. I'm gonna try to get there before the fuel dock closes. All right, getting low on fuel. That's the high side. It's angled. Now I gotta rotate. This is the reserve. All right, fuel tank is slipped. Let's go! All right, so made it to McLeanstown just in time. I thought the fuel dock closed at 6, but it actually closes at 7. So this gentleman's gonna move his boat in a minute, and then we're gonna get some fuel and be ready for tomorrow. So I love it. This is, you know, this is the real Bahamas, the out islands. You know, no cruise ships, no hustle and bustle, no high dollar hotels. It's the real deal right here. This is the government dock. So basically everybody on Sweetings Cay, when they want to get to the mainland, only way to get here is by boat. So a lot of these boats will run back and forth because there's no road to get to Sweetings. Pretty cool. Cool way of life, huh? Well, my phone almost made it throughout the day. It died about an hour ago, but I made it. I made it to Sweetings. I'm at my buddy Nico's for tonight, and then tomorrow and the days after, I'm camping in the Skiff. Check this place out. If you haven't seen, I have a video where I really show a bunch of Sweetings, but this place was made for skiff exploration. I can't wait for tomorrow to show you guys all over, to show you guys around. Let me tell you what, I am whooped. Little over almost 12 hours worth of driving today. My back is killing me, but the Twin Vee did well. Old Bahama Mama. That's the name of this boat, by the way. Bahama Mama. She did awesome. I'm gonna wash off, call it a night. See you guys in the morning. All right, good morning. We are in the Bahamas. I mean, does it get any better than this? Oh, gosh. What's up, little dude? I guess he's just enjoying the view. Can't blame him. Look at this water. Bahama Mama slept well, rested, ready for adventure. My back is definitely toast today. So usually on my day 2 after a long day like yesterday, which was 12 hours riding chiller, I try to take it easy. Definitely nothing too physical. I've got some ideas for what I want to do today. I'm going to introduce you guys to the Feasters, which is my buddy Herb Sr., Herb Jr., and then the rest of their family you'll meet. So they're in Sweetings, and we're going to do a little walkthrough probably of Sweetings Cay and show you guys what the settlement is like, and probably share some of the story of what they've been through on this island since Hurricane Dorian. So what do you say we hop on Bahama Mama and go for a cruise? All right, well, go to shift the gear and got nothing. So trim the motor up, check the linkage here. So this basically, I'll show you as I move it, I got it repositioned. When you shift the gear, oh, neutral, neutral. So this basically, as I move this, this rod, you can see my hand. Yeah, I'll just show you, but as I shift gears, that rod is what switches the lower unit. Forward, neutral, reverse. So right now I have no forward, neutral, reverse. So all I gotta do is pop the rod back in, and this turns, and it basically, I can thread, it's just a coupler basically. So, all right, it's always something. So there's a forecasted storm to come through. The wind really picked up. So because of wind noise, I really couldn't use any of the audio here. But the Shannons rolled in. They went through quite bad conditions, but they made it to Sweetings. And here we are at the entrance of the actual settlement. So this is the actual settlement of Sweetings Cay. Several years ago, Hurricane Dorian came through here and absolutely wiped this area out. There was one boat left on this entire island. About 120 people lived here. A majority of them evacuated. Some of the men stayed. Needless to say, it was devastating for this community. And since they're not in bustle of like Yabacos and, you know, big touristy spots that have a lot of money coming in, it's been really difficult for the folks here in Sweetings Cay to rebuild. You know, you don't have home insurance, you don't have, it's just way different than how things are in America. And having been through Hurricane Andrew in 1992 and experiencing that and the devastation, it instantly, that's how I got connected to Sweetings Cay and everybody here. Yeah, buddy. And so, it's Herb's cousin here. Yeah, man. And so, that's how I got connected to everybody on Sweetings, was starting to fix up, me and a couple friends started fixing up some little skiffs. And that's what birthed donating the skiffs to Bahamian fishers. You know, you've got people that their boats are taken away from them. That's their means. This is an entire fishing community. Their main resource is the fisheries. Conch diving, lobster diving during season, maybe some fish. So once they lost all their boats, they lost the way to make money. So the weather proceeded to get worse and worse. Some rain, wind noise, and honestly, I didn't want to just jam the camera in the Shannons' faces after they just endured a long trip. So I waited till the weather passed and just took it easy, decided to call it an early evening and get ready for the next day. All right, welcome to day 2. Oh, wait, day 3. How beautiful. Hey. This water never gets old. I swear, every morning that I wake up and see this kind of water is just unreal. All right, let's get this show on the road. I took the big fuel tank out. Now I'm just going to be running for the next couple days on the small tank that's under the seat. And clean up a little clutter. Steering gear organized. Whenever you put pointy objects on a boat, always, if the tip's not removable, always put the spear tip in the back of the boat. Last thing you want to do is walk into a spear. Boo! Man, look at this. So here's a fun tidbit. If 1 out of every 100 viewers subscribe to my channel, I would actually be able to create content full-time for you guys. So it's free to subscribe. If you like this channel and any of my DIY builds or Bahamas content, be sure to hit that button. I appreciate it. And on with the videos. If you're wondering, that is a car. From Hurricane Dorian, the car was washed up and well, now it's mooring. Best life. Wow. Yes. And action. What's up? So I'm going to ask you guys to hang tight with me during some of this wind noise, but this is a really important segment of the video and trip, and I really want to share this part. This is my buddy Herb Jr. This is my closest Bahamian buddies who I trust with my life right here. This man. Good man. He is a savage waterman. So like, you guys are used to my videos and things I do, and you think I'm crazy on the boats and all this stuff. This is my brother, it's even crazier. Same stuff, same life of living on the water and all sorts of situations, but just an incredible waterman. And we're gonna finally dive together today. We're gonna explore a little bit. Right. Yeah, man. So yeah, and this is Herb Senior. You want to say hi? Yeah, buddy. the legend right here, Herb Senior.
Right.
This guy is amazing. Yeah, just a little walkthrough and introduce some people to Sweetings.
Storm take all of this away. Only one to leave, this one here.
So I've mentioned to you guys that Hurricane Dorian just wiped this place out. So we're doing a little walkthrough now, and they're going to share a little bit. So how many places were left after Dorian? Nothing.
2 or 3 the most.
Yeah.
It's all break up. Something like this.
Yeah, so people have patched stuff up, tried to rebuild as much as possible.
Then this was right here was Mr. Thompson. This was like a bone fishing and lodge. The first big structure.
So you guys had some tourism a little bit, right? Because you guys had your bar and your restaurant,
Right there.
right?
Yeah.
So this red spot, that was gone. It wasn't even there after Dorian.
That was Club
So-
Seagull at first.
So that was their restaurant and bar. So the feasters are fishers. They do everything water related, which is one of my favorite things about them. And you know, when Dorian came through, it just wiped
Away
everything.
You wake up the next morning, the only thing you could do is just cry.
Yeah.
Like, wow, everything just gone.
So I know that the wind noise was just horrible. I appreciate you guys listening to the last part, but I really wanted you guys to hear Herb Jr. and Herb Sr. and meet them. But the audio just got totally unusable in this portion. But to hear the story, to hear what the people on Sweetings Cay have gone through, you know, not just the night of Hurricane Dorian hitting, but the aftermath. And in the background, you see this little cubicle. These were little homes that they had brought over, and a lot of tents. You know, Herb mentioned earlier, there was only 2 to 3 homes remaining. Everything else has been rebuilt, and it's still a struggle. Here we're walking up to this old lady has a little store inside of her house, you know, get a couple of things, and wanted to support her, and she's the first little store kind of in the island. So you know, hearing their story, spending the time, it's really
What you need, then you got
inspiring.
there, like your shampoo and all of the stuff, detergent, soap.
all right. I got a couple
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
my essentials, got a little energy, little caffeine. You guys that have been watching the channel, you know Coca-Cola is my go-to. Gotta have my Coca-Cola each day. It's my only thing I need. I'll die without it. No.
Some was living in tents.
So, yeah.
Some was living in dome.
So instantly, I mean, you guys had no power, no water, no
just,
food.
Just generator.
I mean, waves were just covered this island or no. So at this portion of the video, it's the first time that Herb Jr. and I talked about how much of the island was covered and really how everybody fought for their life. Here he's showing how high the water level was. You know, their home was completely wiped out. 2 pillars were left standing of concrete block, and Herb and his father stood behind the pillars as the current ripped across the island. And this is all at nighttime. So this current is just ripping across the island. Anything that was in the road is just being swept away, kind of like a tsunami. So here he's showing how they lean their back against the concrete pillars. The water's that high, and they're literally just waiting for these concrete pillars to fall down. They just stood there in water that high through the night
I would say
until it
scary,
receded.
but that was serious. You know what I mean? That was serious because any sudden move, your life just get taken away because the current would have just carried you straight out to the ocean.
Right, and then that
Gone.
you're done.
Yeah, that was serious.
It's amazing that nobody was swept away on this island.
Exactly.
You know, you
have
think
to be
about
right then. Mentally, you have to be real militant. Say, well, boy, fight for your life that night.
Yeah.
Because if you wasn't, you was gonna dead. Straight up, you was gonna dead.
So after our walk through town, I think both Herb and I were ready to get in the water. One of the things that we have in common is a huge passion for the water. That's our special place where we find ourselves. And well, we were ready to do some diving, to explore a little bit. And one of our other favorite shared things is showing people the beauty of Sweetings Cay. So we are picking up the Shannons right now, and we are getting ready to check out an incredible spot. You guys are in for a treat. The visuals are going to be next level. I'm so excited I have a drone, so just brace yourselves and let's go explore. Ready to rock and roll.
First day spear diving, baby.
There you go. Right, so here we are, Drift Harbor, getting ready to hop in the water, and yeah, just do a little sightseeing. Everybody's in the water now. So this is the beginning of Drift Harbor. Shannon had just thrown out his line, his very first cast, and well, I always say that if you catch a fish instantly on your first cast, just put up the fishing rod and don't fish anymore for the day. But he caught a really nice mutton snapper, and that was actually, I think, his first fish that he wanted to catch on the list of the trip. So that was pretty awesome. And now we're just gonna be doing this drift. So this little river is filled, literally the entire bottom of this, because it has so much current, it has the most healthy and vibrant coral. And with all of that coral is a ton of marine life, ton of fish. In part of the drone shots, you could see those spotted eagle rays swimming around when I came through with the Bahama Mama. But this is a really special spot. We've just been diving for about the last 2 hours. Yeah, it's so cool. This is everybody's first time spearfishing. They're having so much fun. I told them, I said, you guys are gonna get hooked. Start spearfishing. And then, so for those of you that have never spearfished before, it's just a whole different animal. I guess it'd be like hunting. You know, you're swimming around, you're seeing all sorts of cool stuff. and you're just waiting for that right fish. And I don't know, it's the challenge, the physical part, the swimming down, the shooting them and trying to keep them on your spear. It's just very rewarding, to say the least. And they're getting to try it for the first time and experience spearfishing, so pretty stoked for them. Check this out. Ooh, the water's getting chilly. When the water gets chilly at low tide, you know that there's a blue hole nearby. It's that deep ocean water's pumping out. So look at this. How freaking cool this is. This is like what Bahamas out island exploration is. Exploring, finding cool spots. I mean, this is just like, this reminds me of the springs. Just that crisp, fresh water. Crystal clear. Walking back. You guys stalking some fish? Look at this spot. How good does this water feel?
Cold.
I know.
This is God's aquarium out here.
It sure is. So what I was telling you, I walked back here only time I've seen tarpon. 2 big tarpon were in here and they scared me, I scared them, and they zoomed out of here right by me. It was so cool. Like 60 pounders probably. Maybe even bigger. Those big Cubera snappers love these holes.
Yeah, there's a couple in here.
How cool is this? Just a little nook. There we go.
See the eel?
Yes, I see you now.
It's so cool. You can just sit like this and just, if you just sit still, stuff starts to come out, swim around. It's so bad when I put my phone underwater. It's almost so
Do it.
clear.
Take it.
I know, I totally should. We're doing it on the last day of the trip. Hours of diving and exploring around Drift Harbor. Such an awesome time. Everybody, I cannot believe they actually shot a bunch of fish. Wait till you see the cooler full of fish that they shot just in this, you know, little area, shallow water. Super awesome. They had so much fun. So now we are going to head back to Sweetings. The treasure. This piece. Oh, this is good. Look what I just scored. And a purpose. What man needs, the ocean provides. Oh, ain't that right, Jonah? All right. Well, we just got back to Sweetings. It's been a long, awesome day, about 6 p.m. And everybody's pretty booked. Good morning. It is another beautiful day in the Bahamas. Although it's overcast and there's a lot of rain forecasted for late today and early tomorrow's rain all day. Trying to make the most of it. It's blowing about 26 miles an hour right offshore. So it's going to be an inland type of day. I've got some blue holes that I want to go explore. Going to take the Shannons there. And I've got a very special piece of driftwood that I found, I think 4 years ago. And I want to go get it. It's going to take a little bit of work to get it out from where it is, but you guys will see it's well worth it. I've been dreaming of this piece of driftwood for years. For those of you that follow the channel, you know that finding driftwood is like my favorite thing, beachcombing. So right now I'm going to run to McLeanstown, get some fuel, a couple supplies. I'm going to not run Oceanside. There's actually this little creek that gets kind of narrow, kind of skinny, but we're at high tide, so I know we can make it in Bahama Mama. So let's go get some fuel, let's get some supplies, and let's start our day. The skeg is definitely going to be polished after that run. I don't know if you guys can see how much was kicked up. I remember it being way deeper. Not way, I knew it was skinny, but I'm gonna cruise into McLeanstown. Definitely not going back that way. Got my supplies. I got some good stuff. Heading back now. Going to cruise over. How are you guys? I got my goodies. I recorded a little bit at the fuel dock, but you know, kind of respecting people don't want to be on camera. So, needless to say, I got my goodies. Look at this. Oh, dang it! It's the little things in life. Oh my goodness. This is like, what a treat for me. Morning coffees are my jam. I love morning iced coffee. So, anyhow, I got my little iced coffee. I got my honey bun. What better way to start the day in the Bahamas with some good old health food. So I'm gonna cruise now. I've got to run the outside. It was just too skinny and the tide is dropping. So I'm not gonna go back through that cut. So it's gonna be a little rough, but hey, let the ocean tell me how fast to go. So I'm just gonna take my time and I'll get there when I get there. It wasn't too bad. Couple miles, windy, wavy. Look at this, not even wet. This, I will say, you know, I love Bahama Mama. I love this boat. This is a Twin Vee catamaran, 17 foot. You know, like any hull, Barney always has a thing. Boating is about compromises, right? You're always giving something up in your boating. You want more space for sleeping, well, you have less space for fishing. You want something super shallow, you're giving up rough water performance. You want efficiency, small motor, low power, you're not gonna go fast. You wanna go fast, you're burning tons of fuel. So this boat though, I will say, checks so many boxes. You know, it's a self-bailing hull, which I love. Yeah, there's some water because I'm stirring heavy right now, but it flushes right out. This is a self-bailing hull. Both hulls are filled with foam flotation, which is awesome. But this thing rides like a champ. When you're going kind of heading into a wave, that's, you know, really that's where catamarans shine the most. Any power cat, you know, I'd say going into a wave at an angle, they just crush it. And the faster you go, this thing just catches air. It's so light and it just cushions down. Going with the waves, it's a bit of a, you know, kind of a porpoising boat. But it's a trade-off. I mean, honestly, I don't know many. I just average like 25 miles an hour in some pretty good waves. You know, and I'm dry, completely dry. And I shouldn't have been due to the wind direction and the waves and the spray. So anyhow, this is I will say Bahama Mama is quite the little Bahama boat. holes. This is the Blue Hole Cove, loaded with blue holes. Everybody's exploring in the background. I'm about to fly their drone and give you guys a good bird's eye point of view. Yeah. So I love this spot with all the blue holes. Spend an entire day here. Hands down, easy. So we just finished at all those blue holes. Snorkeling. Now we're at the center blue hole. Pretty big. Shannon's fishing. Joseph is spearfishing. We're gonna see who catches fish first.
Racing to see who gets the button.
Yeah, that's what I just said. What are we looking for, buddy?
Apparently there's a world-class driftwood over here that has to be gone.
That is 100% correct. We're on a mission with the whole crew to extract a piece of driftwood. A very special piece of driftwood. Beautiful all this is. The area we're going to, I don't think but a few humans have ever been to. And I don't even know about that. All right, so we've just left the beach. This is the tree line. Now we're going for the driftwood. So now we're going to the yellow brick road. It's not yellow, but that's just what I like to call it.
Oh, Brick.
Hey, man. I'm not breaking your fish.
Well, we found it. Hadley found it.
Great minds think alike.
And the rocks are thicker than I remembered. Now I'm recording. Action. Maybe.
This one.
We're right there. Oh, it's so close. Oh man, come on, baby. Super blue. Okay, I think now if you lift it over there. Oh man,
Yeah, baby.
the mamma jamma.
Come to life.
Look at this piece. It's almost like a wave crashing down, like kind of like this. Like, imagine it
That is cool.
standing up like this. So,
We got it!
you know what? Never mind. I don't really care about this bit. Let's go.
Never mind. Well, I just messed up.
It's busted. There's a lot. So we're on our way back. We all got some treasures. Yes, yes. Look at this stuff. Look at that. It's a birthday girl. Look what she found. Oh, so sweet. Told you it was only 2 minutes away. On top of him!
Where is it?
Jen!
Can I even go under?
Yeah!
Barely.
Full send! Action! That was amazing! And go! Yee-hoo! That looked awesome. Alright, look at this score. Look at the bounty. This is your birthday hat, Shannon. So you have to wear tonight at the birthday singing. See the edge of the prop. Look at it. Let's see here. How that's flared up. So we're gonna do an on-the-spot repair. It's our extraction tool. Oh, that looks so much better.
1,000 times better.
Thanks, right? Just agree with me, just agree with me. You won't hear it. Just say, yeah, that looks good.
That was good.
That looks. Oh gosh. I just dropped everyone off. We parked, because it's so shallow in here, we parked the Jupiter way out there. And I didn't want us to damage any of the driftwood. It's coming out. Look at this. Oh, man. So after getting the pieces of driftwood, I loaded them on the boat. And well, I was pretty whooped. It was time to call it a day. So headed back to Sweetings and looking forward to a good night's rest from a fun day of exploring. Right, well, it is always an adventure when you're in the Bahamas. So I am loaded up. I've got my toolkit, fuel tank, tow line, miscellaneous. And well, you guys are gonna have to just join along for the ride and well, I don't even know what's gonna happen today. So fingers crossed that everything goes smooth, but we are in for some fun. So let's get rolling. So I'm headed now to pick up my friend Shannon and his son Joseph. And once I get them, we'll share with you what our plan is for the day and what we are up to. It has been a dream of theirs to find an original ALBURY, which is a Bahamian made boat. Very iconic, very special. I've been putting out feelers, talking to friends. So my buddy Herb Jr. Last night was like, listen, I found one. Somebody reached out to me. It is not local, it is not close, but it's for sale. It's rare to come across a used one for sale. Of course, it's forecasted to rain all day long today, so that just adds a little element to the adventure. It's been over a year since the owner used it. He's a retired fisherman, so it's a really cool story, and this could be a really cool project. This is definitely going to shape up to be quite the adventure, because we've got a lot of work ahead of us to get this boat, to get it to the water, to get it towed to the States, and to build this ALBURY if it all works out. So fingers crossed. We're about to pull up to the Shannon, so. I didn't text you to grab garbage bag, did I?
You need one?
No, it was in my mind. I was gonna say, grab some garbage bags. Good morning. We're the poor man's poncho.
It's a Bahamian poncho.
A Bahamian poncho.
What's up for it?
Good morning. How are you guys?
No wind.
Oh, it's so flat out there. It's glass.
Flat out all the way around.
Yeah, they're twinning.
The Poncho twins. Wait. All right, well, we got a little rained on. I mean, I said it was going to be an adventure.
Somebody's big
We-
man ripped their off the back.
Rip their Bahamian poncho. So now we are pulling into the settlement of McLeanstown. What are we going to do, hitchhike, Shannon?
We'll have to hitchhike if they are out of cars when we get here.
And you know what? That would just make the adventure that much more adventurous. Because we're on a mission. We're good. We're ready. We're ready.
Ready.
We're in the Ferrari and we're cruising. So we got a rental. We're about to leave. McLeanstown
Can you fit in here?
and head out. Yeah, we're good. Well, this is how the Bahama rental cars are. More tent on top than window on bottom. It's a good thing we have it for today. It's a sunny day. So we're headed on the stretch. Long stretch of not much. From McLeanstown to Freeport. Alright, can't even pull the phone out fast enough. We're already driving through the first settlement, Pelican Point. So all of this area got just annihilated from the hurricane, from Hurricane Dorian. In one of my past videos, I filmed some cars that are washed out and trucks that are right off here. But they've rebuilt pretty well. So as we head west towards West End, you can see that on this east side of Grand Bahama, there's not much. You'll also notice all these pine trees, how the tops have snapped off. This was during Hurricane Dorian. So it's about a 45-minute drive to Freeport. And well, we just cruise and it goes by pretty quick. The hour,
So
our
what y'all-
buddy Herbert Jr.
Hello.
All right.
What y'all going to do?
All right, so we made it to Freeport. The guys are following. I got my buddy Herb Jr. here.
Welcome.
We are going now to check out the boat. Herb sent some photos last night, and yeah, it's exciting. So we're just heading now west out of Freeport.
That's right.
What do you say, buddy? We're gonna go check it out.
Let's go check it out.
Just arrived. I don't know how much that I can film. You know, I don't like invading people's privacy, their places. But we're here at the boat. There it is. I'm going to try to get some video. It might be incognito video. So let's go check it out. Your face right there. I mean, if there's ever a...
I think someone took the JL audio out of it.
Okay, so what we've got right here is an absolute classic. It's an 18-foot ALBURY. This is made in, what did I say?
Man of War.
Man of War.
This boat's gonna need some forced love.
Can you see this again? You won't believe this. I'm about to tell you that.
Shoot fish in the face. That's what this boat's made for. It just needs to be modernized, you know? That'd be cool.
So, you know, for those of you looking at projects, thinking about projects, where do I even start? No. So the main thing that I wanted to see, and I knew this coming after seeing the photographs, is getting the hull straight. right? To be, we could say calling it blueprinted, but you want to make sure the running surface is perfectly flat, straight lines, the sides, fairing. So that's going to take work, but the first plan of attack will be to disassemble, take everything off, grind out anything that was an old patch. So this boat is from the late 70s. And with that being said, you know, it's clearly had a lot of patches through the years, but to grind all that old stuff out and get to clean, bare surface. A lot of the things that we're looking at here, it's like, oh man, what would that take to fix this or that? The reality is sometimes it's easier just to lay up on a big flat table, brand new sections. So, you know, just even looking at this front portion here, you can tell where it's settled and soft. You know, splashing a quick mold off of something or just creating a brand new piece, but definitely rebuilding the cap and then glassing the cap to the hull will just make it incredibly strong and end up being less work than trying to make something like this be repaired and look nice.
I'm gonna bet you $50 this will be your most popular video when it's all said and done.
I think that if we can
fix it.
If I can fix it,
You don't
listen to
run
this
out
guy.
money first.
No. I think as long as I can get the right thumbnail.
Yeah.
All right, so we're airing up the tires. And we are going to, we brought a battery, so we're going to trim up the motor, hopefully, or we're going to lift the motor. Either way, the motor's coming up. So we've got our battery cable. I guess they were running the battery inside the console. Ooh, that's a big tank in here. There we go. We got our battery cables. Okay, red to black, black to red.
I think so.
Something like that.
Right.
Is it ½ inch?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna try it.
All right, give her a go.
Ready?
Okay.
Oh! Bring it down.
So just the up isn't working.
Try it on this.
Probably I was shorted somewhere.
Yeah, it's easy.
Does he have a key?
I can right now.
So this can be a DIY video if your power trim and tilt doesn't work. I'm going to show you real quick what to do. How to bootleg it. All right, sir, can you please remove that cover? We're going to go to the switch. And then what we're going to do, so first we're going to figure out, so it goes down, but not up. So all we need to do is take this plug here. So we got to do a switch so that the down pin goes, so the red is the feed. Okay, so the switch isn't bad. So now we need to go, it could be the relay box. All right, so what we're gonna do now, a bunch of these, Shannon just pointed out, you know, like, look at some of these connections, right? Everything's been kind of just bootlegged, hobble gobble. So we're just gonna bypass everything. If you ever wanna just manually bypass every switch, every relay system, it's a real simple, this is a DC motor, so it's got a positive and negative. And if you want the motor to go in one direction, you go black and red in one. If you want to switch it to go the other direction, all you do is switch your negative and positive. So we're just following this, goes to right here. Can we disconnect the battery for a second, sir? Try not to do any welding right now. Just trying to get it up.
Oh, there it goes.
Okay. The motor's up.
Yeah,
What you say? Yeah. Whoa, all right. Thank God. You want me to push? Not doing much. Back here videotaping and they're muscling it. So we got the motor trimmed up, locked. Huh? Yeah. So we're hooked up, but give that a little lift. I'll lift the ball right out. Okay. That's all right. So there's some tongue weight.
It's not locking down.
Shit.
You get a gel to that now.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Did I mean over there you got in the back? Yeah.
You have a plug. You have a plug for it. Oh, there's one. That's kind of old.
What'd you just say?
I said this is going to be a miracle if it makes it to the boat ramp.
We will. We can do it. We'll keep an eye on the tire, right?
I have trailer waist.
All right, the drone is secure. We're back on the road. We got it.
It was coming down whether we were there or not.
You got some good footage?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Any footage with you is great footage, buddy.
All right.
Steady pace wins the race.
Yeah, you see?
We got the expert hauler. Puppy. Look at that dog go. All right, I don't know if we're gonna make it. This trailer is making all sorts of noise and vibrations. We only have a couple miles to go. Oh man, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Yes, we can do it. Come on, little trailer. Go, baby, go. We're gonna make it! Can't see it, but she's smoking. Oh man, don't touch this. She's gonna get warm. Yeah? So, yeah.
We'll put some duct tape around it for us.
Yeah, maybe?
So we're all right.
So do I want to put some duct tape around it? No, you shouldn't do nothing.
Catch on fire.
You what?
I love the Bahamas.
Yes, man. We're gonna make it. 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 All right. We're in major limp home mode. Bearing is completely shot. The rim is sitting on the spindle. And we're just cruising along. Because it could always be worse. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it.
Think she can get? Why you think she can catch fire?
Because she's 1,000,000 degrees.
Yeah, but she wouldn't catch fire. That's the point.
No, I don't know. All right.
You never tried that.
No, I haven't.
Okay, that's why.
We're debating how to put Band-Aids on a busted up trailer. So we are going like 2 miles an hour. The wheel is wobbling. It is.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, let me try to.
Yeah.
Look at that wheel. Oh my god. We're not, there's no bearings left. The good thing is it's on the left side of the road, so if it came off, it'd go into the bush, not into a car coming towards us. We are about a mile left. We're so close to making it to the boat ramp. Oh my gosh. Shannon's behind us with Joseph. They're probably freaking out right now watching this thing. Oh, Shannon. I wish I was in the car with you guys to get your commentary. in America, we'd be having a heart attack. Here, it just shows how relaxing the Bahamas. We're just like, hey, you know,
Nobody can stop.
nobody, everybody just drove right by and, oh man, oh shit. She ready? Ready for the Olympics? Oh gosh, they just took off on us. All right, I'm back in the car. So they just caught that on video. Settlement. We are right down the street from the boat ramp. We're gonna make it. I'm kind of surprised the tire ain't caught fire yet. I think it's straightening out. Wait. It's like a hula hoop. Just stay on there, baby.
Over here? Oh yeah.
Wow, we made it, buddy. Holy. I think she's gonna do good. Can't be. No, I put a piece of plastic in the inside.
Maiden voyage of the Pink Pearl.
That's it. Yeah.
Looks like it's a little transom heavy in it, doesn't it? Palm bottom. Palm bottom?
No.
It doesn't give up here at all.
Yeah.
So, it's crazy. It feels weird. It feels different than those boats. Yeah. Like usually a little boat like this, you do this, you'll feel it.
No, she's not. We're moving, buddy. We're barely moving right now, and just having the water pressure under the boat, I mean, we can go back and forth, and it's incredibly stable, and just what a good platform this thing is.
It stops right there.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So our concern now is the boat taking on water? We keep checking it. You get a mark on it once the boat's level. All right, when ALBURY told the other ALBURY.
That's right.
We got it.
Look, so this is what's so unique. When it rocks, when it gets so far, it just stops. Usually a little V hull like that, you like feel like you're gonna flip over.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen?
Wow.
All right, we made it. We made the journey. We just finished getting towed. The ALBURY is in its temporary home for the next 48 hours. And we're coming to get it, and we're gonna tow it back across the Gulf Stream. So she seems like she's really not taking on any water. That might just be residual what was inside of the boat. And then because of the angle we put it at, some fresh water, rainwater, whatever's kind of leaking towards the bilge. It didn't get any more than what was in it when we started the trip. So it's been about 30, 45 minutes. Boat's ready. Now we're heading back to Sweetings in another car ride. And in a day, we head back to Florida. So we're loaded up. And we're cruising out. Like a snowmobile. That's the power right there. Oh shit. This is gonna be scary. Alex, they're on your baby. Shannon says he hasn't driven a tiller in like 30 years, so I said he's going from elementary school straight to the pros. 75 tiller. I think that's so that thing ripped! Control. Shannon hasn't driven a tiller in 30 years and he just punched it full send. He's hauling ass! That thing is so fast. That is, I mean, it's scary how fast that boat is. So this is the same cut that I went through earlier in the video by myself. I thought it was going to be a little bit deeper, but well, it was less than a foot, and the tide just was not in our favor. But you don't know unless you try. Whose bright idea was it? So now that we're stuck having to walk the boat several hundred yards, you know, the downside of when you go full send in the shallow water is if you come off plane, well, you're doing exactly what we're doing in this video. So the whole reason we really pushed it was because it's blowing so much, you know, the wind noise was out of control. But on the ocean side, it was just really rough. We had a ton of groceries. We were trying to bring these boats back to Sweetings. So, well, in the end, I guess we had to go on the ocean side anyhow, so we finish up here, and by the time we get the boats off the flats, it's almost dark. But you know, there's worse places to be stuck. You know, at the end of the day, it was incredibly eventful, and it was a beautiful sunset. Well, we had to push ourselves out way. We're gonna run Oceanside. Kind of rough. I probably won't record. All right, good morning. It is the last day in Sweetings Cay. Weather has definitely calmed down. Last night was brutal. Super windy, super wavy. It took us to bring this skiff and Bahama Mama back. It took us a good, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour. It was so rough out there. Yeah, we had to just take our time. The current was ripping through here. Got this beached at high tide, which is what Nico wanted. But pretty cool skiff, right? Buddy Alex built this, redid it. I believe this whole, it's a cord floor, pretty sure. There's got a core material sandwiched. Obviously a lot of little ribs for support. But just a great layout for diving, a couple people. Super lightweight. This thing would, I remember when Alex and I were talking about it, in my mind, I'm like, man, 25 horsepower, this thing will just go because it sits so light on the water and has so much flotation. They did the 75 and it goes. So what today's gonna be is just a couple hours of diving this morning. And then I'm gonna come back. The weather's definitely died down and I believe it's gonna be like this throughout the day. Be even better this evening or late afternoon. So we're gonna dive for a couple hours. I'm gonna pack all my stuff and I'm gonna get a head start and leave Sweetings, head to Freeport, maybe West End, Lucaya, I don't know, somewhere in the mix, get myself that way because just trying to do everything in one shot is pretty exhausting. And yeah, hit the road. It's always tough to leave an amazing spot like this. Beautiful out. So it was so rough last night. I wasn't trying to go through an ordeal of setting up moorings and tying the boat in between, so I parked the boat in Sweetings. Now my Uber scooter driver is about to give me a ride. Two guys on a scooter in the Bahamas. Scooters are the way to go. No doubt.
Hey, if we were in India, we'd have like 4 people on here.
Yeah, for real. Those are all mullet. And
Where's the big gear bag?
I put it on the boat.
Already? Okay, just give me 2.
You want the big bag?
so for those of you thinking about visiting Sweetings Cay, maybe you don't have a boat, maybe you don't want to cross the Gulf Stream, the nicest, best way to do it, I'm gonna be completely real with you. You fly into Freeport, you catch a cab or bus from Freeport to McLeanstown. It's about an hour ride. And then from McLeanstown, the house manager or any of the locals here can give you a ride to Sweetings Cay. You know, you have this house for rent, which is all brand new, completely renovated, or brand new build fresh freshwater hose down outside, cleaning station. I mean, it's just, this spot is amazing. And you don't have to have a boat here to have fun and explore. You know, you can hire somebody here in Sweetings, a fisher, somebody who can guide you around, take you on one of their little skiffs, show you all the cool stuff. And just, even from the beach here, just walking the island, the stuff you can see is pretty awesome. You know, you compare a vacation to a place like Nassau or Bimini, or, you know, you're going to spend so much money and your experience is going to be non-comparable to what you can experience here in Sweetings Cay. I mean, this is the real Bahamas, the real out islands. And if you think anything in this video floats your boat, I've got links below to connect to the Burrows, this house, maybe also to Herb Jr. I'll include as much as possible so that you guys can book a trip, think about visiting Sweetings Cay. All right, well, all good things must come to an end. I am getting ready to depart Sweetings Cay. I got the boat loaded up. I got my magnificent piece of driftwood. Woo! It's the Dragon. So what I'm gonna do now is, you're not gonna believe it, but I have about half a gallon of gas left. I'm gonna just go really slow to get to McLeanstown and fuel up there, and then make my way to West End. So here we go. Okay, can't even take me serious with these glasses on. I always bring backup everything. Backup sandals, backup sunglasses. I bought these at a gas station kind of as like a gag because they're so like, I don't know, like Pitbull 305, Miami. So these are my backups. I let Shannon borrow my other ones yesterday and I forgot to get them. So now I'm Pitbull 305ing it in the Bahamas. What do you guys think? Maybe I should make these part of my merch. I'll sell these glasses. How many of you guys would buy a pair? All right, so no sooner than we are wrapping up this amazing trip to the Bahamas, Shannon just let me know that the ALBURY has sunk at the dock. I don't know any details. We've got minimal salvage stuff here. I'm about to make some calls, see what I can get. But I'm already heading to West End. Shannon and the posse are loading all of their stuff up. So now they're gonna leave a day early. They weren't supposed to leave till tomorrow morning early. I was going tonight to camp out in West End. So, well, you guys are gonna see a sunken boat. Just gotta come up with some ways. There's a lot of different ways to float a boat that's sunk. The good thing for us, the good thing going is that it's at the dock tied up, and it's a really sturdy, strong dock. So I'm gonna make some calls, get a couple basics, essentials to float a boat. So hopefully, it's gonna be a long day because we have a weather window tomorrow to cross, and we're towing that boat back tomorrow. So this could be an all-nighter. I have no idea how this is gonna turn out, but we'll persevere. Shannons are clever. I've got some experience with this stuff. We'll come up with it. We got some help, so fingers crossed. I'm heading to McLeanstown right now to fuel up, and then I'm on my way straight to West End. Big construction, doing a big cruise ship port. Cruise ships to land. So it's picked up quite a bit. I don't know, about 5 miles from Lucaya Waterway, and I've just got a head sea that's just pounding me. Whoa. I can't mess up my 305 glasses. So, I'm just going slow. Instead of beating up the boat. Thank goodness the Shannons met up with me. They took my 2 bins, which had a bunch of my weight. Got a bunch of gear, sleeping stuff. So just gonna keep steady, cruising along. Hopefully in the next hour I'll make it to Lucaya Waterway, and I'm gonna cut through and then run the north side of the island. It's just too rough out here. It's gonna take me forever. Just this is so cool, a bunch of kids. Awesome. All right, so can't take me serious with these glasses. I can't take myself serious with those glasses. You notice in the video just now, the boat is listing, meaning it's leaning to one side. And that can only mean one thing, that weight is disproportionate. And the way that happens in a catamaran is that water's in one side. So on these Twin Vee cats, they're great boats, but the holes are made really thin. And I've already had to do repairs on the inside. They crack, and it doesn't crack all the way through, but it like delaminates, cracks the gel coat. So I beefed those both up. Originally I thought it was from trailering, like hitting hard bumps. Needless to say, I kind of already know what is going to happen here. I don't know if I can see it from here. I might have to hop in the water. You can't see. I can kind of see the edge of one of my repairs. Hey, I'm gonna hop in the water. Actually, the one I see looks like the right side, the starboard side. So I'm gonna do a quick dip and fingers crossed. But I mean, look at this right now. I'm standing center, totally angled. So luckily, these holes are filled with flotation foam. The entire length of the hole is filled with foam. So good job, Twin Vee, on that part. As far as the hole thickness, catamarans are tricky. You can't just lay them up thin. They take a lot of abuse, especially the center section. So I'm gonna hop in the water. Yep. Pretty good sized crack. Going probably about 3 feet, where my reinforcement, fiberglass is only as strong as the weakest spot. So this is where we're at. We've got a cracked hole. Water is going into the hole. Clearly part of it must be all the way through. I wish I had a GoPro, I'd video it underwater. But definitely, when I knock on the bottom of the hole, I can hear the difference. Hollow on this starboard side, port side, when I knock on the bottom, it's like, dud. So definitely there's water inside. Yeah, I only have to cross the Gulf Stream tomorrow. Might be a slow and steady crossing, to say the least. I'm kind of speechless right now. I've got a crack in the bottom of my boat, almost 4 feet long. It is taken on water in the port side, and I have to go back to Florida tomorrow morning. It's going to be an interesting evening. Oh, an update. Shannon has gotten to the ALBURY. He's there. He went out and got some, a couple come-alongs. I hope he's filming this process, but needless to say, he's working on getting the ALBURY level and floated. So we've got like a double whammy. We've got the ALBURY that's down, literally. The Twin Vee will keep kicking. Like I said, I've reinforced it. I've had it crack like this before. It didn't take water on though, so that is a little bit concerning, but you know, it is a sealed deck and foam filled. So any of the water that's in there has just probably seeped its way, you know, into whatever nooks and crannies. So it probably sounds crazier than it is, but I'm not overly concerned. I can always go really slow and just take my time. So I'm gonna keep running up the waterway and make my way to the north side. All right, made it to West End. Whew. I don't know, about an hour. Still got some daylight left. It's about 6:30 p.m. So made it. Now to check on the ALBURY. They've been working on it. They got some gear, some come-alongs, I believe, and I don't know what else, bilge pump. So we'll be there in a minute, check on the ALBURY, and the adventure continues. My eyes are trying to adjust. Pitbull 305s are throwing my eyes off. I literally can't even like focus my eyes. Oh well. Okay, we'll be there soon. Oh my God. They've got it up. It looks like they have it floated. These are my people. Yes, yes, yes. These are my people right here. These are my people. Oh man. All right, just finished fueling up the old Bahama Bay fuel dock. Got there right before closing. It's literally just after 7 now. So what we're gonna do right now is go back to the ALBURY. We're gonna take a quick look, almost done bailing it out, really try to find where this ingress of water is, and then make the decision. We're talking about maybe daisy chaining the 3 boats together and just towing them at, 7-8 knots behind the Jupiter, leaving, ASAP, hopping on the road. But before we can even think about towing and leaving in the Gulf Stream, we need to make sure that the boat is not going to take on water, at least not at a fast rate. So that's what we're doing. Always an adventure. Dang it. Well, this is what we got going. We're about to cross the Gulf Stream. We got it all taken care of. Headed out. back to Jensen. We made it last night. Took us about 5 hours. Quite the crossing. First half was super smooth. Second half, not so much, but not bad. Honestly, it was all beautiful conditions, but because Bahama Mama has that waterlogged hull, it just puts a lot of transom weight in that hull and makes Bahama Mama want to porpoise with like the slightest bit of top. So it was a bouncy ride, but Bahama Mama made it. I hopped in the water right before departing, checked the crack, it didn't grow anymore, and we went for it. The ALBURY towed awesome. Whoa. We got shit happening at the boat ramp. So I'm at the boat ramp. Shannon is on his way to the boat ramp right now with Bahama Mama. We got in about a little after 1 last night, and we're just whooped. We left the boats in the water last night. Shannon's on his way right now to the boat ramp. We're gonna load Bahama up on the trailer. I'm gonna show you guys the damage. You guys are gonna freak out. Shannon's gonna freak out. I'm sure right now on his way over, he's going, what the heck? Yeah, it'll be interesting to see Shannon's thought when he pulls up, first thing he says. But needless to say, we made it safe and sound. The ALBURY's good. Everything went smooth. Teamwork makes the dream work, you know, and considering what everybody went through yesterday, the amount of travel, you know, we unexpectedly left Sweetings early and made the whole trip in 1 day. Sweetings all the way back to Florida. I think I had like 14 hours behind the tiller. So I really wanted to break it up between 2 days. But you know, you go with the weather window's best. We had the best weather window last night. Winds died down, wind at our back. You can never complain about that. And you know, 5 hours towing a boat, that's not bad for the distance we traveled. So Shannon will be pulling up any minute, and we'll get this boat loaded. Well, he got Bahama Mama on plane. There's so much water in that hole, it's hard to get her on plane. Oh, I wish you could see in this video how much Bahama Mama lists and turns to the side. Maybe you can see it, maybe not. Come on, focus. Oh man. Can you guys see that? I mean, it looks like it's just like he's turning, but he's going straight. How was that? All night. It doesn't make a difference. Yeah. So that's what I said. He asked if it was leaning so much all night. So what happens is, so even though it's balanced now, the waterlogged hull is so heavy that it doesn't get on plane as much. The lightweight hull, Shannon, just lifts. So that's what makes it. So even if I put the fuel tank there, that hull just lifts out and the other one just, dude, it's like you're on a Hobie Cat sailing. See how much water is pouring out of the hole. See, look down there. Look down the center. Okay. A chunk on that one, not a big deal.
On the inside.
Yeah, it's the whole bottom. You can't see it from here. Oh wait,
That's it. It's a
you
long,
see the reflection?
Yeah, going at an angle.
Like after the patch, so it's the whole bottom of the patch.
Yeah.
And then going back another 2.5, 3 feet.
Time for some force line.
Oh man, I just wish these were made beefier. Oh gosh. Oh shit, look at the bottom of this. Totally. Wow, that's a whole gap. This crack. I mean, we're talking 5-6 foot long. And this is where all that water was just flowing through. Look at that. Right into the inside of the boat. You can see it. Oh, man. Woo! Yeah, so. Whew. The piece of driftwood made it. Well, time to unload, clean everything. I'm gonna go over real quick just what carnage ended up happening on this trip. So you guys saw the cracks on the inside of the hull. You know, I want to make it clear, like, this isn't a crappy made boat. This is a 17-foot Twin Vee. You know, it's made to be lightweight, low horsepower, cruise around the rivers. It's not probably built to do open water crossings. And I definitely don't take it easy on my stuff. This, like I said, the boat is built well. It's not a bash on Twin Vee. I absolutely love this Skiff. They make nice boats. I wish they still made the 17. Twin Vee, make this 17. The motor, of course, the Suzuki 60, an absolute rock star. Carnage. There it is. Not bad for all the shallow water stuff and hooliganism. You know, skeg is perfect still. That's a plus. Now, this was driving me crazy. The hood kept popping on and off. Had no way to latch because the piece that goes on the inside there, that rivet, I guess, broke. So that was kind of a pain to be mid-ocean and the cowling, the hood kept boom, boom, popping off, and I'd have to stop and redo it. But other than that, I mean, this motor is an absolute soldier. It is just turnkey, incredible fuel efficiency. I mean, probably 8 to 10 miles per gallon I averaged the beginning before waterlogged. After being waterlogged, a little over 5 miles per gallon and rough water. So, I mean, not bad. Still pretty amazing. Thank you, little motor, for getting me home and for having an awesome trip. And of course, this is another MVP, my little Spot tracking device. I run 2 of these. I mentioned it at the beginning of this video, but this gives a lot of peace of mind and really gives a lot of peace of mind for my friends and family as well. So thank you, Spot. Well, it is the end of the day on my first day back from the Bahamas. I wanted to share with you guys what I usually do. My day back, especially when it's been a lot of tiller driving or maybe stressful situation or just exhausting mentally, physically. So crossing and doing, 170 miles in a day on tiller in rough weather, or even a short distance that's just stressful, it's taxing on you. I usually spend my second day cleaning up, recuperating, decompressing, but at the same time compressing. I do like to make some notes. So I've got a little book that I just take notes of how the trip was, what I would have done different, maybe something I forgot, maybe something I wish I had. By writing these things down on your trips, even if this is like a day trip going out on your boat, you really can dial in what things to have with you, especially for what you do as a boater. So for me, it was ironic. I had almost everything I needed for the ALBURY. It's sinking and towing it, and just a couple little things that were instrumental that really helped. But I like to reflect at the end of the day and really just think about the trip and what I took from it. Did I align with what I intended to do? Again, what would I have done different, and what things I might do different in the future? What I learned from and, you know, the positives of the trip. So this trip was definitely everything I hoped it would be. It's always fun for me to share a place that's special with friends that have never been before. And although Brian and his family didn't make it due to rough weather, and that was a real bummer, the Shannons made it, and they got to experience Sweetings Cay, meet new friends, learn some new things, get to see and appreciate the beauty of Sweetings Cay and all of East End Grand Bahama. So that was huge for me, first and foremost. Second, I guess, I don't think I set my record for how long I've been driving a tiller, but it's pretty far up there. And when you're in these challenging conditions where you just think you don't have any more left in you, and then it's like, well, I gotta go farther, you really learn to embrace being uncomfortable and just figuring out who you are as a waterman, as a boater, as a diver, whatever it may be. And, you know, to you know, that's a plus for me. I like being pushed out of my comfort zone, because I know that I'm going to grow from it. And so this was a trip that, you know, while it aligned on a lot of things, I mean, a lot went on in this trip, way more than I anticipated. But, you know, you kind of have to expect that. So when all the things come, you roll with the punches and you just let the trip happen. You make the best for what you can, try to be resourceful, try to step back, be calm, and really just be in the moment. And yes, like I said, make the most of, you know, make a lot of lemonade with those lemons. So I think we made a lot of lemonade on this trip, no doubt. And I'm glad to share it with you. This was a little different, a little more personal than I usually get in sharing my trips and what I do and my friends, involving them. But nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed tagging along. I know I didn't film everything. I tried to film as much as possible. Maybe the bad weather days, you know, you guys didn't get to see, like, it does rain in the Bahamas and thunder and it's nasty, and but I think we all made the most of everything. So overall, it was a big success. Everybody's safe, no hospital trips, no broken boats, and you know, we marked it as a great time. Got to spend time with friends and get to know them better, and just really enjoy the beautiful Bahamas. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for joining us and coming along for the ride. I could tell you to subscribe, to like, to comment, but you know, I only want you guys to do that stuff if you feel compelled. It does help the channel, and subscribing is free, so it does mean the world to me when you do comment. And well, thank you again, and I'll see you guys soon.